What is going on, guys? It's Adam, a.k.a. Marf, and today's show is going to be great. We're going to be talking about how Russia is militarizing right in front of people's eyes. In fact, pretty alarming stuff. We'll be right back right after this. All right, what is going on, guys? It's Adam, a.k.a. Marf, and this is Marfoogle News. If you've never been here before, this is a live call-in show, and the phone number to call in is right here, 224-400-MARF. On top of that, just to remind you, you can actually follow along today's show. Every single article, tweet, and video that we show you here today, we're going to back up. We take the time before every single live show to make sure that you have a bibliography of sorts of every single thing that we show you here today. And if it is a rumor or some sort of, he said, she said, we make sure to clarify so you know exactly where your information is coming from. Now, it's very easy to navigate. You go to this thumbnail before and now. That is, of course, two photos from Belarus. Again, and then if you click on this, you will see that it will go to a page with all of the links, all of the sources. Not very many channels do this. Again, we really appreciate if you share us out. Share this with a friend. Share it with family. Again, we have a score, and it's just went, and the more facts you tell, the less suggested you are. So thank you, guys. I really do appreciate it. Again, it gets really frustrating when your growth slows down. Okay, so thank you all for being here tonight. I just want to remind everyone that, of course, nothing in the show should be considered legal, medical, or financial advice. The views of the callers can differ considerably and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of myself, Dex, or anyone else with the show, including our mods. You should always do your own research and consult with professionals. The internet is full of fake news, so please take everything with a grain of salt. Now that that's out of the way, now that the cat is out of the bag, which, speaking of, we'll go over cats in bags later, missing notifications. If you are, make sure to get ours, okay? These guys don't send out notifications like we do. Remember, if you're saying, oh, I got your notification on Tuesday for the November show, that's great. Remember to get ours, and that won't happen. You can also sign up for email alerts if we know for 100% sure that something is going to happen on a certain day, which, again, we have not date set in 3 years. If we do, it would be something that we absolutely know. We would send it out through that, along with newsletters, and, of course, we send you articles and things like that on there. So go and sign up for our email alerts at marfooglenews.com. All right. And let's get into it. Before we start, Dex is going to be on the phones at 224-400-MARF, which will be scrolling down here. If you need the translation for Marf there, it will be right after 6273. If you want to call in, make sure to press option 4 to get a hold of Dex. Dex, what is going on, and how are you doing today?
Well, hello, Adam, and hello, Foogle fam. And I'm telling you, I'm out of breath just hearing you go through that disclaimer.
Yeah. Well, today, too, it is really cold and hot. Today, I've been in and out, and it's now it's going to get to freezing. They say that we might get 20 inches of snow here in Washington. So I'm not exactly, a lot of people look forward to that, but as far as if you live on the top of a hill, then that's not a great thing to have happen. Of course, again, you get stuck and you're kind of screwed. So I do ask, since they do say that 50 states will actually have go into freezing temperatures this year, that they even say Hawaii, which, again, that's crazy. I would highly recommend that everybody have do a recheck on all of their supplies. Again, have your candles, have your generators, have your gas, anything that you need to make sure that you have a safe time this winter, because it is definitely a dark winter. All right, we're going to get right into the news. We have lots of stuff to talk about, including a confirmed tsunami. Of course, we have good news about that. Asteroid the size of the Golden Gate Bridge, that will be talked about. And then, of course, Taiwan says the U.S. military strong amid threats. And then packed Turkey military drills began, all sorts of crazy stuff. And then, of course, Russia annexing and militarizing an entire country in plain sight. What is going on here? So we'll talk about all of that and more. Get your coffee, get your popcorn, get your, tabs at the DMV. It really doesn't matter. You're probably watching me on a phone. Okay. Right to start, of course, we have good news. It says tsunami confirmed after earthquake in South Pacific. And, of course, it's not good news to report on an earthquake of this size. It was a 7.7. It says the quake struck just after midnight on Thursday, about 415 kilometers east of Vau in New Caledonia at a depth of 10 kilometers. So, again, that depth as well is something that is what people are looking out for. I don't know why, but it's always at 10 kilometers that these ones that worry everybody. Exactly 10 kilometers. It says a 7.7 magnitude earthquake that struck in the South Pacific has caused a tsunami, the Australian Weather Agency said. The tsunami confirmed, the Australian Bureau of Meteorology said in a tweet, as it warned of a threat to Lord Howe Island, which is about 550 kilometers or 340 miles east of Australia's mainland. It says the earthquake struck in the South Pacific, the U.S. Geological Survey, the USGS, said, sparking a tsunami warning for NZ, New Caledonia, and Vanuatu and other nations in this region. It says the earthquake struck, of course, after midnight. According to the USGS, it was the strongest of a total of 5 earthquakes that occurred within an hour to the southeast of the island group. So, big earthquake. Apparently, they said that it did not cause extreme amounts of damage, and then the tsunami has already hit, right, Dex? I don't know if
Adam,
you know that.
it did hit, but it wasn't big. It was manageable. But when that quake happened, even on my phone, it came in as a 7.9. I guess they lowered it to a 7.7, but that's huge.
Yeah, that is a giant earthquake. This is something that, of course, now Dutch Sense is, of course, saying that there is more due. He has tracked all of the patterns and said that most likely at least going to get a couple more 6s and things like this around. I highly believe that is going to be true, and he has a pretty good track record of calling it. As far as the big one, and I'm talking about the really big one, Cascadia Subduction Zone, this is something that everyone needs to pay attention to. Still to this day, not everyone knows what the Cascadia Subduction Zone is. The Cascadia Subduction Zone is more than just a kind of local earthquake that, say, if it happened in Seattle, you would feel it maybe for a couple miles, and then 20 miles away it would feel less. This is an earthquake that you feel the same in Seattle as you do in Portland, Oregon. It is going to be a 9+ earthquake. It is going to last over 5 minutes, and it is going to kill, I believe, in the tens of thousands, if not into the hundreds of thousands, if not into the millions, depending on what time of year it happens. You're talking about an estimated 15,000. Just Ocean Shores by itself has 6,000 residents, will be completely inundated, has one road out, one road in. It's on an kind of an outlet, right? One way into town, one way in. And of course, they have as many as 500,000 tourists staying on the inlet. And if there was an emergency and you hear those sirens, when I've gone there and interviewed, the police didn't even know of any plan because they basically are SOL. They've actually accepted that. Some of the shopkeepers even have rowboats tied to the side of their shack stores, because they believe when it happens, they're pretty much screwed. They're going to hop in the rowboat and just kind of hope they live. That is pretty insane to me. Not to mention, 500,000 people there, they would not get out immediately. You say just on a regular kind of weekend day at Ocean Shores, if you're local and you know, it can get slowed down. I mean, you're talking about one lane out, one lane in, and there's no extra room for them to put anything else. It's driving through woods for 35, 40 minutes before you get off of this little tiny city on the edge of this little coastline. And it actually has water on both sides, so it's like this kind of jet out. Same thing on the other side. I'm forgetting the name of it, but there's a city on the other side of that kind of inlet with the sound in the middle of it, and again, that is going to be covered. That side has prepared more. They've actually put these cement towers. And even like at the schools, for example, they have escape towers, and basically they are cement, pads put up about 60 feet up in the air, and they have to go up these metal stairs. And what would happen in the event that it happened for the schools that have not been moved, and there have been a ton of schools that have moved already, those students would quickly have less than 15 minutes to run up the stairs and hope that it is tall enough, because again, they don't know if there could be 100-foot waves. Of course, they estimate anywhere from 30 to 60-foot waves. That doesn't sound like much, but think about a 3-story building of water coming at you, or say a 6-story building of water coming at you, or say a 10-story building, one that you would have to look straight up to see the top, that coming at you. That's pretty scary stuff. So I hope that everybody has their plans in order. I hope you guys have talked to family. If you are on the West Coast, remember, this isn't going to just affect the West Coast. This is going to affect at least 20 to 22 states. That's how many are preparing for this. In fact, Arizona is actually preparing for people to be walking from California. Crazy, huh? Imagine like the mural in the Denver airport, people with bags, walking this long route, no power anywhere, very well could affect the grid on the entire left side of the country, if not the entire thing, because we know that just 9 transfer stations get knocked out and you'd knock out the whole thing. Who knows, though? Again, 21 states are preparing for that, and there's only 3 on the coastline. So what does that mean? They are planning for a bigger one than everybody thinks. Okay, so getting into the next one. So this is something that people are actually, again, there's been all of these stories coming out of asteroids the size of this and size of that, and I cover it all the time. But one thing that kind of alarms me is, of course, now we have some of the some people in our group that are observers that actually have professional telescopes, and they said they've never seen the sky like they have in the last year. It's overactive. It's just tons of stuff flying in. It says the asteroid, the size of the Golden Gate Bridge, will whiz past Earth in March. The Golden Gate Bridge. This isn't, this is not a small asteroid. It says an asteroid as wide as a Golden Gate Bridge is long to hurtle past Earth next month, but although it will be the biggest and speediest asteroid to fly by our planet this year, there's no reason to panic. It says the space rock, officially called 231937 or 2001 FO32, is about 0.5 to 1 mile. I don't know how they... In fact, I don't know. They don't know if it's half a mile or a mile. That's kind of a big discrepancy, if you ask me, in diameter, and will come within 1.25 million miles or 2 million kilometers of Earth. And it says that close enough and large enough to be classified as potentially hazardous. Again, there's a lot of potentially hazardous rocks that fly by, according to them. But this one is one of the biggest they've seen. This would be, I want to say, the size of this. It says an asteroid is designated as potentially hazardous when it intersects with Earth's at a distance of no more than 4.65 million miles, and it is bigger than about 500 feet. It says... Small asteroids pass between Earth and the Moon several times a month, and their fragments enter and break up in Earth's atmosphere almost daily. Telescopes in New Mexico that are part of the Lincoln Near-Earth Asteroid Research, or LINEAR program, an MIT Lincoln Laboratory program funded by the U.S. Air Force and NASA, detected the asteroid on March 23, 2001. And it says observatories have monitored it ever since. Scientists used these observations to calculate the asteroid's orbit and determine how close the space rock will come to Earth when it whizzes by at almost... That's insane. Dex, did you see the speed on this thing? 77,000 miles per hour. How could it go that fast? I thought they go about 20 to 30 or even like 35,000 miles, 35,000 miles an hour. That's incredibly fast.
That is incredible. That's very fast, because we've always talked in the 40s, like you said, 30s, 45 is I think typical. But yeah, that's huge.
Sorry about that, guys. The screen was cut off again. That is a huge and super fast. And in fact, I've covered these for 3 years. I've never seen one that's 77,000 miles. I've never seen one in the 60s. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think I've seen one above like 22,000, 30,000. I think I've seen a 35,000 miles per hour one. But that's pretty crazy. Think about how fast that is. Mach, the speed of sound is 2,000 miles per hour. Our hypersonic new missiles are Mach 8, so about 16,000 miles per hour. Am I right? And you can correct me if I'm wrong, guys. So that's like, what is that? That's like Mach 35 or something. That's incredible. Anyways, no known asteroid poses a significant risk to Earth for the next 100 years, they say. It says the current biggest known threat is an asteroid called 410777 2009 FD, which has a 1 in 714 chance of hitting Earth in 2185. I don't know why they say that, because Apophis has all sorts of weird things, unless they've already solved that with some sort of technology or some sort of mission that NASA is doing. Apophis, again, I think that there's something weird with that. We also don't know if something could come in from interstellar means. That's if you believe in space. I know that we have a good chunk of people that don't, and that's fine. I know you hate these stories. But again, thank you for watching anyways. It's okay to disagree. But on top of that, what about an interstellar object like Oumuamua? A lot of the people I know actually think, including, there's Harvard professors that believe that Oumuamua, nicknamed Scout, was the first of many, alien ships to come by. Think about that one. That one came in and actually sped up on its way out. It came into our universe, and they said it was interstellar, so it was outside of ours, and came in and then sped away faster. This one's pretty fast as far as that Golden Gate Bridge one. I'm going to go over the chat before we hit. SpaceX wins contract to launch first pieces of NASA's Gateway Lunar Outpost. This is actually the last space-related. So if that is, we're going to get into some much more insane stories here in just a second. But first, I want to say thank you to Island by the Sea. Thank you, guys. Philly Poo, 1.21 gigawatts, Marty. I actually have some Back to the Future stuff I'm going to put in the case. Even though you guys can't see it. You're not their type, says Carolyn Sullivan. Blinding Shade. What is going on? Hey there, everyone. SpaceX is just the millennial NASA. LOL. Let's see here. Tall drink of water. Hey, how are you doing? 100 is the Mach for 77,000 miles per hour. 100 point something something. That's incredible. Talon, if you, okay, that was Kim O'Donnell. Thank you so much. Menacing Muskrat, thank you so much. Says, we have had 2 5-magnitude earthquakes in Yukon, Canada today, Marf, says Menacing Muskrat. Thank you for letting me know. Again, we're trying to work on something to have kind of a earthquake list. Earthquake, that's a thing there. Sorry, 343 per second speed of sound. That's pretty crazy. Let's see here. That was Derek Perez. Thank you for being here. Texas Lily. Johnny Doom over on D-Live. We've got BJ Blake. Thank you all for coming here tonight. And then, of course, Lisa K23 that says thanks and prayers for goodness. Island by the Sea. Johnson says love to the Foogle fam. Resonate love. Control your vibration to others. Thank you so much for the Ninja Guinea, Lisa K. Brad 70, and then Kimberly Clemens says Earth Cake. Getting ice tonight in Tennessee. Baldy Locks, I hope you and Jen lay awake are awesome. And then Stony Stone, USCM Sun is in. I never say your name right. Hey, what's going on? I popped onto your show earlier. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, he's over here on DLive as well. Jacktronics, Edgy, Whalen. Of course, we have Truth Seeker, and then Question Everything. Thank you so much for the ice cream. That's really appreciated. All right, and then we have SpaceX wins contract to launch first pieces of NASA Gateway Lunar Outpost. So we're talking about an actual outpost on. We're talking about an outpost on the moon. A lot of people have, of course, said, "Why are we doing this?" Just 1 second. I wanted to make sure I can see you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Kent Eno. I appreciate that. Now I can see the YouTube chat. Okay. Sorry, guys. 2.3 thousand watching over on YouTube. About the same over on DLive. Thank you guys for all coming in. It says NASA announced Tuesday it has awarded SpaceX a $331 million contract to launch the first two pieces of the Gateway Lunar Outpost in 2024, selecting a modified version of the company's Falcon Heavy rocket to hurl a massive core of Deep Space Station toward the moon. I guess that's a little bit different than launching a Tesla. It says the Gateway's power and propulsion element and habitation logistics outpost will launch in tandem no earlier than May 2024 aboard the Falcon Heavy rocket from Pad 39A. It says the $331 million launch services contract awarded by NASA's Launch Services Program at Kennedy includes the Falcon Heavy launch and other mission-related costs. Excuse me. So one thing I want people to think about is $331 million was the contract. You have somebody like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos at $180 billion net worth. Dex, do you ever think about the fact that with kind of the chump change for him or the interest that's made on his money, he could do a mission like this out of his pocket and not be hurting? Like Elon Musk could literally take over the spot of kind of NASA. And that's exactly what it sounds like Bezos has actually done. He's taken $1 billion of his Amazon company and then put it into this space stuff. What is the payout? I'm sorry?
Per year he's done
per
that,
year.
Right?
Yeah. So
that's a lot of money.
That's 1,000 million every year out of pocket to get this going. What is the payoff? It seems kind of crazy to me. They obviously know of something that we don't. They're saying that it's the steel on asteroids and whatever else. How is it not common sense to think that, hey, maybe something's going on here on Earth or something will go on here on Earth and we need to get to other planets? Now, I know that some of you have the total thing where it's, all of it's fake. I am very genuinely curious, like, what do you think that they're doing it there for? What is it a distraction for? What is it, what would they be doing this for? Are they actually setting up a Truman Show? Like, what? That's what I wonder. Why would they be doing it, I guess? And at the very least, what is the point of it? And I'm genuinely curious. What is your guys' theory on that?
On one side, though, it is very lucrative. Elon already proved that, right? So he proved it quickly by even though he did a seat a lot cheaper than Russia's seats, he also is getting now paid per seat per head that he's taking up, and he's now flying rich people for joyrides, right? So at a minimum, that there is a payoff. And it'll take a while to come up with $1 billion a year to cover that, but. What was the price? What was it worth for Columbus, right? I mean, there's a lot there, whether it's mining or other things we don't know about, or planetary exploration, or proving that there's this glass thing above us, right? Like whatever it is, one of them or both of them are going to be part of that history, right? They'll go down in the history books for it.
And as far as the money that's made with these contracts, $331 million launch contract, this is where our government is putting its money. I just wonder why they are all of a sudden shifting so much money into space. And then, it was made when the new administration came in. that President B was not going to do as much of this. But it seems like it hasn't really stopped much of the stuff that's been going on. And it's not going to stop Space Force. They're not going to cancel Space Force. Why was Space Force started? They say it was to defend our space interests, right? What are the other countries doing? I'm going to talk about Russia later because Russia's doing some big moves. And I don't know what's, truly going to happen. But I can tell you what they're doing in plain sight is very alarming. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Willa1308 says, the first time ever in chat. If you see a comment like that, my mods already know. Hey, Willa, welcome to the Foogle fam. Again, we don't put anyone down in our chat. We don't put other creators down. We make sure to push everybody up. And if somebody new is here, we genuinely want you guys to get along and to, see other points of views and talk with each other and have fun. I mean, we're when you come here, I hope that you can get away from your daily problems and have a good time with us. So I appreciate all of you being here. I'm a normal person like you guys. I have a family. I have 4 kids, and I would love having you guys have my back. So thank you. And I saw some very nice comments. I took a break from Twitter. I'm going to come back. It's very, 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 very discouraging when you tweet 20 times a day, every single day. You grow an audience, you reach out to people on a separate platform because you've already got your score on other ones, and you build an audience, and then in 2 hours you lose 4,000 people, and in a day you lose 7,000. That's just incredibly discouraging, and it's just like a big FU. And then you might go over to another platform, and then that other platform just disappears because there is no options, right? No monopolies here, though. Chaos 4132, thank you. But Willa, the point is, have a good time. You guys make sure to just push each other up, even if you have an opposite view. Don't do this whole brain left and right thing. We don't need that. Speed of sound is about 761. What's going on? I gave Twitter 1 star for censorship. Maui Racing Realtor, I saw a comment by one of the What Would Hoff Do or whatever, one of the Foogle fam, and they said 5 stars, great censorship. I could only see what I commented or something like that. That cracked me up. I recognized the name too. I was like, that is hilarious. All right. Besides this, though, this $331 million launch, this entire thing that's going on, obviously there is a lot more going on here, and this is an actual story about what they say is going to be a lunar outpost. Will we actually see it? A lot of people believe that we will, that in our lifetime we'll have people going up to the moon. I think that there is something nefarious, but that's just my personal opinion to clarify that. I think that something is going on that is bigger than all of us. And that's not just basing it off of, my thoughts. That's from speaking of military. If you guys want to protect yourself against an EMP, which if you are new here, you probably don't know why anyone would be protecting themselves against an EMP. Over the last 5 years, we have uncovered alarming things about our grid, including that it is so incredibly vulnerable that the last president actually signed an emergency order to harden the whole thing. Basically, we were at risk for any country, including these smaller, crazy countries like Kim and NK, could do a single EMP and knock out the entire grid. If it does go down, or if we had something like a Carrington event or an EMP, we could be down as much as 9 months to 18 months with no power, and we could lose 90% of our population. That is due to the lack of clean water to drink. Now, on top of that, DHS actually put out an alert in 2018 telling people, not basically, telling people that every American needs at least 6 months to a year of food and water. So, if you want to protect yourself against that, or at least your home, your car, and your devices, you do have an option. The same company that is working with agencies like DOD, DHS, and now officially on the DEMSO team helping protect the Texas grid, you can actually get the same company to help you. It is called EMP Shield. You can go to marfooglenews.com/EMP. These are Keystone military-tested devices. Again, the car one, the most popular, will prevent you from being stuck somewhere if we do have a true EMP or a Carrington event-like event that happens about every 100 years and has been overdue. If one of those happens, you won't be stuck. Those devices are also take about 5 minutes to put in your car. All right, and then again, that is marfooglenews.com/EMP. If you have not yet, make sure to go over to the contest. They are giving away devices for free. You get to pick. These are not cheap devices because they are real devices. These things are legit. They are the most legit item you can get for EMP protection. Again, you can't put your entire house in a Faraday cage. So again, check this out. Go over here. Andrew started a new channel, so they're doing a new contest. There's multiple ways to enter, and you can actually enter daily. What I do find alarming about this is a lot of people were subscribing to us that actually thought they were subscribed. One of the, kind of entries is just subscribing. So pretty crazy. Make sure you are subscribed. Check that little bell and press all notifications. All right, thank you guys. Again, that's marfooglenews.com/contest if you want to enter to win. Very easy entries, and it's pretty simple. Just go like here, subscribe there. Pretty simple. All right. And then we're going to be going over to the callers here in a second. Chaos4132 says, hey, Foogle fam, I'm late. Much love, Foogle fam. Gone Girl, thank you so much. I did a kind of a special outro for you the other day. You weren't here, so I wanted to make sure that you saw that on the replay. I hope you did. Release the Quacken, thank you for gifting a sub to someone in the group. It looks like Hexagonal Peach actually grabbed it. Debpool, Forest Farmer, and of course, we've got The Truth Is Out There. Thank you. And Gone Girl, thank you for the prayers and hearts. Release the Quacken. Such an awesome name. All right. Again, the number is 2244000 Marf. It looks like we have Thor is our next caller, calling from Norway. Is that correct? Dex?
Yes, Adam. Thor is calling from Norway, and we'll get him on the line right now. And he does have an article that we need to show, but he's not going to talk about it. If you want to talk about it, since we know how to say the right things for it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay,
I'm going to pull it up right now. Yep. Thank you. Oh, okay, got it. So they're talking about a green pass to leisure for CV. This is just nuts. And trust me, they are so close to us in kind of how they run things. Watch, this might be a practice run, and it will end up being something that we kind of adapt in some way, or vice versa. With 2.6 thousand watching, thank you for anybody that newly joined. Highly recommend going back to that beginning or watching the replay. If you guys can, comment down below what you think of course, the show so far. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, so Thor from Norway, what is going on?
Hello, Mark. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Long time.
So I pulled up the article. Basically, we can say green pass on this, but what do you think about them giving a pass to people to do things?
Well, I believe we should learn from history. You know, after the Second World War, there was a trial, and out of that came the Nuremberg Code, which gave us protection about medical experiments. And I think there's a lot of medical experiments going on. And if you don't want to participate in that, you should be allowed to do that and not be ostracized or locked out of society. So if you don't have a green pass because you didn't get the V, well, you can't go to the mall, you can't go to the gym, maybe you can't go to work. So it's incredible. Well, actually, they have been saying all this since the very beginning. I remember the fact checkers were all over me when I tweeted some quote from Mr. Billy, but now we see it's coming to fruition, and that calls for preparedness. So actually, I just wanted to give a shout out to Mr. John Moore and one of his preparedness videos. To me, it's maybe one of the videos that have helped me the most, and maybe Dex gave you the link to that one.
Yeah,
also?
So I also have the link to, it looks like, is this your blog? So I have two links, and I'll show them both. What we'll do is we'll end up connecting people over to you and to John Moore. So I have one for End Time Talks. So this link will be on our website. Okay, perfect. I'm super excited to check it out. So End Time Talks over on Brighteon, which is, of course, you guys know Mike Adams' thing. And then, of course, the second link I will also pull up, and we'll make sure to link that so everybody can find that on the website, marfooglenews.com. But I'm excited to check you out. So you do videos as well? Is that right?
Yeah, I do videos as well. That's mostly kind of prophetic stuff. But the blog is more kind of, everything. It's like biblical end time stuff, but also news, preparedness, different kinds of stuff. And I also post other kind of videos from other people that I find helpful, because we are in a period in history where we need to think serious about preparedness, and that's been a process for me and my family for the last 2 years. And actually, we're moving on the countryside to a farm to try to be self-sufficient. And I quit my sales job, and now I'm a truck driver. So we just have to rearrange our lives, and because we're seeing it coming, and this article is kind of proof that we were right in our expectations.
Now, can I ask you, in Norway, do you get a lot of the U.S. news? What are your, if you flip through the channels, what kind of stuff do you are you able to get there on just normal TV?
Normal TV, it's mainstream. It's very mainstream. So if you want to be informed, you have to look up alternative news media.
And I understand that. But do you have access to Fox and CNN, or is that do you guys not get that in Norway?
No, but the Norwegian news channels, they use these international kind of news media
the
outlets
formula
that will just it's the same news all over. The Norwegian news is no different, and the Norwegian fact checkers are all the same as the other ones. So it's a system.
Isn't that funny how that works? And they're all owned by the same small families.
Actually, I would like to give a shout out to a very good American news outlet, and that's the Last American Vagabond.
Oh, I know
really, he's really doing a lot of good research. He has a lot of all these things that we can't talk about. I just love that guy. He's really he's doing his due diligence. So
Well, Thor, it was a pleasure talking tonight. And again, the one he just mentioned as well, the Vagabond, the Last Real Vagabond, he is over on DLive as well. Check him out. Thank you, Thor, for calling in. It's a blessing talking to someone. I have family in Norway as well, so I would love to chat with you and chat as well again. And please don't be a stranger. Call again if anything happens. I would love for you to be our source in Norway. Let us know what's going down, because obviously you get different stuff than we do, and vice versa. So thank you. All right, you have a good night, Thor.
Cool. Have a good night. Bye. Bye.
Good night. That was Thor from Norway. And, you know, we get a lot of U.S. callers. I love when we get anyone from Canada, Australia. Of course, if you are in those countries too, make sure to share us out if you can. Barbie on the shrimp, something. I don't know. I'm trying to appeal to everybody. Martin Benjamin, thank you. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. Says, glad I caught the live show tonight. Love the show. Keep it up, guys. Martin, thank you. I appreciate that. We're trying to get on earlier and earlier because we know the East Coast is, of course, it's like if we go on late, then we get that morning crowd for the East Coast. But if there's that perfect time where it's not perfect for everybody. Henry Dacus, thank you so much. Nigel's view on things. It's nice to see you around still. European from Europe says, much love and peace to the room. Thank you, Nigel's view on things. I hope your channel is doing well as well. Jay Walks from Australia says, Victoria, Australia, trying to criminalize Christianity, up to 10 years in prison and $10,000 fines. Jay Walks, I don't think we're very far behind. I would love to see any kind of source on that too, to know, you know, if it's something that I haven't covered, then I would love to cover it. So if you have a source for it, then I can actually share it. Thank you, Jay Walks. I appreciate that. If you can actually tweet me, tag my name in it. I would like to, and I believe you. I want to see that source so then I can put it on the website and share it with everybody. That's scary. That's really scary, and that's kind of what is happening everywhere. Martin Benjamin again. The last one out. Thank you so much for your support last show as well. Grammy McKay, Henry Dacus, thank you as well. It looks like the same people supported last show as this one. Gone Girl actually said hi to Thor, and I didn't get that until afterwards. But thank you guys. I do appreciate that. Nuclear War, thank you. I appreciate that. Lisa K23, Bear Claws, thank you for the lemons. And Captain Pat, thank you for the lemons as well. No High Laws, bad, says Gone Girl 777. And then Badger, thank you for gifting out subs to the channel over on DLive. Really appreciate that. All right. Okay, so now we got some good stuff here. Taiwan says ties with U.S. military strong amid threats from China. So this is something that everybody needs to be paying attention to. This is, of course, a shot from the Theodore Roosevelt. We talked about that just about a week and a half ago. There was a simulated threat to the Theodore Roosevelt. And, of course, they actually talked about how they intercepted this message, them drilling and exercising and pretending to take out or to attack the Theodore. So that's kind of a big deal. And then, of course, they've got the practices going on. They're drilling, and by they, China is drilling to take over Taiwan. They've even made a mock mock government district of their actual, I can't even say the C word because of the 6th. But you guys get what I'm saying. They're taking over their entire government square. They've got a mock version of it, which we have satellite photos of, basically showing that they are fully preparing to take over Taiwan. What is going to happen? Are we going to back them up? Is that going to cause WW3? What do you guys think? Do you think that Taiwan is the key? See, the thing is over the last 3 years, I've known not to jump the gun on things because we have seen these proxies turn into nothing burgers. I don't know if this is the case. Like Hong Kong. Remember, we thought Hong Kong was going to cause WW3, or not. I didn't think it was going to, but that obviously experts say this is something that could trigger it. With this is a little different than Hong Kong. Hong Kong was actually part of it and was going to spend a certain amount of time before they totally went into China's full-on laws. Well, they said, we want it faster than that. What is the big hurry for China? Why are they building all of their military out? Why did they surpass us by 100 ships in such a short amount of time? And we're talking a couple of years in Navy. It's very clear. The Chinese military have told their military, get ready for conflict. We are going to go to... And they have actually said for them to spend time with their families because it will start soon. Xi Jinping Jinping, the president of China, has himself basically said that it is the heavenly mandate, the heavenly order of mandate, or whatever he calls it. And Dex, you can chime in. I forget the name of that, or somebody from chat. It is basically their heavenly mandate to be number one in the world. And from what's happened over the last year, I would not doubt that they have the money and the power to get into every asset of everything in every country. So keep your head on a swivel. That's my head on a swivel. Kind of like a bobblehead, right? But it turns the other way around. But it's not like a articulated head or anything. It's just, what is a swivel anyways? You guys get the point. It says Taiwan, as the U.S. Navy asserts its presence in the South China Sea, Taiwan's leader says its ties with Washington remain solid over the transition from the T-man to the B-man administration. I like that. That's going to be my next song. President Tsai Ing-wen said, sighing when? I'm sighing now. Sorry, that was bad dad joke number 1. U.S. military support remains firm even as China sends increasing numbers of military aircraft into Taiwan's southwestern airspace. I would like to reiterate that Taiwan will not back down when receiving pressure and will not rashly advance when receiving support, Tsai said in a traditional Lunar New Year television address. So here, Dex, I'm going to bring you in as well, and I know you've got the phones. Again, remember, there's one line open still, 224-400 Marf. As far as, it doesn't sound like the president of Taiwan is going to step down. It doesn't sound like they're just going to go,
I sort of took this as maybe they were doing some rah-rahing since maybe the U.S. wasn't. It was almost like you go back to high school and you got the big bully who's like the meanie, and then you got the big jock, and then you got the little geek in the middle who says, well, he's telling the bully, well, I'm good friends with the jock, so be careful, right? Don't mess with me because he's my friend, right?
Basically saying like, well, yeah, we got the U.S. behind us. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, because I don't know that we're really saying much. JB made a comment about we should do something, but it's not like we put a big strong stance here in the last
no, and we really haven't.
We're spending too much time signing EOs.
Well, and not well, yeah, they are just not the right ones, and all of the wrong ones. But no, as far as like there hasn't been that many public statements saying, "Hey, we are going to do this." I think even the last administration even actually said more about this current even before any of this happened, said more about it.
Yeah, the Secretary of State was really strong about it, right?
Oh, Mike Pompeo. This is, you guys, if you are not following what Mike Pompeo is saying, you would understand why we're covering this. He's like laying it out, but he's also laying it out in kind of like double speak, his whole speech. And it's not even like he's trying to hide it. It's very upfront. He's talking about the China task force. He's talking about all this stuff, but he's also putting it plainly out there that someone, and he points the direction, is in our country basically pulling strings. The Secretary of State is basically telling us that we are going to go to conflict and that it's basically already started and it's a rolling stone and it's not going to stop. And we know it's going to happen. So it's not like, when it does start and they have the headline, just like WW2, World War starts, this day. When that pops up on the regular newspapers, the one that still exists, right? I'm not going to be surprised, and you won't be either. Some of you might go, oh, Marf called it. So did everybody else. Everybody that's watching this can call this. The writing is on the wall. And if you don't see the writing, or if you're just optimist, if you're an optimist, that's fine. But understand Don't let things hit you in the side of the head. This is going to hit you in the side of the head. I guarantee it. All right, Idaho watching. Jeff, thank you for being here. Rebecca Pena. We've got Roderick, Texi Cali. Lots of new names over in the chat. Let's see here. Wow, where are all of our mods? That is too bad. Where in the heck? Jeez. Again, it looks like we have some spamming going on. If you can, not do single words and 80 of them in a row. Well, that's okay. Again, if we can have one of our DLive mods, because our DLive mods are doing great, somebody go over to YouTube and handle that. Thank you. With 3,000 watching, thank you for whoever does that. Gavin Williams, LOD Will, John T. McGill, thank you so much. Let's see here. We've got H. Shalom. Hey, how are you doing? Hi, Strangeness. What is going on? And let's see here. Daniel. Hey, how are you doing? John Day, UK. All right. And then freezing in Dallas. Hell, it was like 80 the other day. So whoever was doing that just makes it hard for people to talk. Russell Watkins, Randy Simmons. Hey, it's nice to see you again. Freak Show. It's nice to see you again as well. Trooper A. Rebecca Pena, and then Angry Mimi. I haven't seen that name before. All right, let's see.
I think WV took care of it, or
all right. Thank you, WV. WV is our rock over on YouTube now. Thank you. Normally it would be Jay Stone and WV or CJ Blaze and Lisa Hall. I know that everybody's going through stuff right now because of the CV. And then, of course, we have Pak Turkey military drills begin. Rawalapindi, the opening ceremony of Pakistan-Turkish joint military exercise, Ataturk XI 2021, held at Special Service Headquarters, Tarbella on Tuesday. Turkish Special Forces and SSG troops will participate in the 3 weeks long joint exercise. Now, we've been covering, there's been other stuff in Turkey. Turkey is going to the moon soon. Or they say, right? Is that what we just covered? I think it is. So now they are getting into these, all of these different kind of conflict situations, and now they're drilling along with everybody else. It says Turkish Special Forces and SG troops will participate in a 3 weeks long joint exercise, which involves counter-terrorism, close quarter battle, cordon and search, rappelling, fire and move techniques, helicopter rappelling, compound clearance, hostage and rescue, and free fall operations. It says the joint military exercise will further strengthen the bond of two brotherly nations and will help in adapting the emerging trends in military modernization and cooperation. It says Pakistan and Turkey have increased defense and military cooperation in recent years. In July 2018, Paki signed an agreement with Turkish contractor Asfat. Really? That's what it's called? Asfat? For acquisition of 4 Turkish-built Milgem corvettes. Of course, not the kind that you pull up at a stoplight in. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan only the last month launched welding of a third of 4 corvettes to be commissioned by Pakistan. The launching ceremony was held in Istanbul as per agreement. 2 corvettes will be held in Turkey and 2 in Pakistan. So they're doing a ton of drills all of a sudden. It seems like the entire world is getting ready for something. And then, of course, is Russia slowly annexing Belarus in plain sight? It says Moscow's current efforts to turn Belarus into a platform for Russia's armed forces are accompanied by moves to accelerate economic integration that could amount to soft annexation. It says recent reports that Russia and Belarus are planning to hold a record number of joint military exercises this year are more than just the latest sign that Alexander Lukashenko is retreating deeply into the Kremlin's embrace, basically saying, We're going to be hugged in by Putin. It says they also suggest that Vladimir Putin's Kremlin regime is moving closer to achieving its long-standing goal of establishing a permanent military base on Belarusian soil. I think that Belarusian soil. It says the majority of this year's military drills will take place in the run-up to Zapad 2021, the massive quadrennial joint Russian-Belarusian exercises that are scheduled for September. Kremlin mouthpiece Investia is reporting that that in the months prior to Zapad 2021, the two countries' forces will focus on establishing a logistical base to facilitate supply lines to support Russian troops for an extended period. It says that Putin has long been trying to turn Belarus into a de facto extension of Russia's western military district since 2015. The Kremlin has been pressuring its western neighbor to host a new Russian air base on its territory. The base would be located at Baburusk in eastern Belarus. So we actually had a few emails about this earlier today, which actually alerted me, and then about a month ago, I was hearing about Belarus having all of these troops move in. And they said that this is not normal. This is not just for a drill. We actually have a Belarusian that said that that they are basically taking over whole buildings, that they pushed out businesses, that the Russian government said, get the hell out. We're putting our guys here, and then we're going to set up camp. What would you do that for? Unless you are planning to do something. Now, I want to pull up a map. I don't know if they actually show one here, but they actually, if you look at the placement, you can understand why Russia would want to have that kind of set up. It seems like they're setting up a defensive kind of area as well. If you have a different view of this, please put it in the comments below. I would love to hear your theory on this. But again, let's look at the map here and see why. Because not a lot of people probably, have this memorized where Belarus is. It's basically right here to Russia. It's probably backwards, so let me just show you. Okay, so let's look at a map here. Okay, so here, if it's going to zoom in here. Okay, now, of course, it zoomed in way too far. So here is Russia over here, this big, big green area. And then, let's see here. Maybe better to zoom out even. So here's Russia up here. Belarus is this lighter green right here. This, of course, is Russia. And you know what's really weird is even looking at the map, look at how everything goes into Russia. Do you see that? Dex, I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but there's basically a road straight out from Moscow in every direction. Like their highways basically go to a center little, what would you call that? A cornholio right here. They all go to this thing, to the big a-hole here. And they are setting up here and here and here and here and here. They're setting up a defense, not so much an offense, but a defense. What does that tell you? What the heck is going on? Michael Ray says, Adam and Dex 0352 Corvette. Love you guys and family, but was just crushed biz-wise by far wrong peeps. I love how you put far wrong. That is actually really good, and I totally understand what you're saying, Michael Ray. And I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm serious. We've been crushed as well, so I totally get it. So there you go. Now you know where Belarus is. They are militarizing it in plain sight on top of 16 other countries all around. Why? Why is China doing this? Why is the U.S. doing this? Everybody is pumping up. If you still don't think that we are going to go to conflict, then I'd highly recommend you look into it more. Just plain and simple. I think it's because when you cover this every day and when you cover all of the little things that are happening all over the world, it's pretty clear. Dex, would you disagree with me? And again, you know, when you disagree, you call it out and loud, you know. Either way.
Hey, Adam, sorry about that.
No, that's okay. I know you're busy with the phones.
Yeah, I missed the question too.
Would you disagree with me that we are heading towards a huge conflict?
Oh no, the writing. I keep saying that the writing's on the wall, and every time I say it, the next time I say it, I mean it even more, because it just seems like it's all stacking up, and it's been stacking up, and ultimately, you know, history repeats itself. You know, there's a lot of powers in play, and it's all part of the plans, if you want to think of it that way. And it's all part of evolution, and it's going to happen, and we're going to see it again. And the writing's on the wall that we're on the edge at any moment, I think.
Exactly.
You know, it just every day it just seems like it's hotter and hotter.
There's no, I mean, if you look at where the world is at right now, there's no reason to, and you know, people are afraid of it. That's why they get afraid of it, and they say, don't do that. People get mad at you when you say that we're going to get into a conflict. It is a matter of time. It's a matter of if, not when. There's no way, unless we all of a sudden evolve into an alien species or something, and all of a sudden, you know, conflict is a thing of the past. Then we are going to do, or an alien force comes down and we all go to conflict with it, or they give us some sort of tool, or spread some magic fairy dust on us that makes us all calm, or put it in our water supply, or, oh wait, that's the government doing that. Unless they do something like that, we're going to have a third conflict, a third world conflict. By the way, Carol B ended up using our PayPal link during the show. Thank you so much, Carol B, for going over to PayPal. If you guys want to do the same, it actually takes almost nothing out of it. So we do appreciate that, Carol. And you went out of your way because we don't even talk about it. But while we're on the subject, if you just use this box on the right side of any show, you can actually do it there. Thank you, Carol B, for going out of your way to do that. And make sure to clarify on there if you want a shout out. We just usually do first name and last initial. Thank you, and thank you, Carol. Do appreciate it. Okay, and then let's see here. We're going to go to our next caller, which it looks like we have Solomon. If you want to call in, this is the time to do it. 224400 Marf. If you have any information on military movement, any kind of crazy stuff that is going down that you think is going to happen, give us a call, 224400 Marf. Solomon, you can come in now, and then until you've got Solomon in there, just want to make sure.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Solomon, how are you doing? And you are live on Marfoogle News.
Hey, how's Fugal Flam doing? How you doing, Mark? Sorry, it's been a long day for me.
Oh, same here. It's good. So, is this your first time call, Solomon, or are you a return call?
No, I think I've called in about 3 times in the past, actually, I think.
I thought so. There's not too many Solomons around that aren't in the Bible. So what is going on, Solomon? What do we have here tonight?
Well, I wanted to first just real quick talk about how, and I'm glad you brought it up earlier, the distraction. What are they distracting us from? I think it's pretty clear when you look at the writing on the wall. Like you just said, heading for conflict. That is going to result in something that is unprecedented. Like, it's something that we've only seen in movies and read in books, you know?
Like fiction, but not.
Yeah. I would say I'm trying to be vague as possible. I would say homework for the Fugal fam to make an effort to watch all of the Hunger Games, Divergent, and Maze Runner, and you'll probably get to understand what I'm talking about.
Well, okay, so do you ever kind of go down the rabbit hole of predictive programming and how a lot of the stuff that is coming out in
I see it.
Is that
I don't have
scary
to
or
go
what?
down the rabbit hole. I see it.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
And you know how we know this, though, too, Solomon, is because from previous events we're called, and you can go back and look at the TV, the movies, everything else, and they've called actual events that happen. I mean, September of 2001 is a perfect example. It was all over the place. I mean, just weird things that it's like, that couldn't be a coincidence.
Oh, you know what? Since that was kind of short, and I know I probably have a little more time, and I did want to plug one channel, but I'll save that for last. I did want to share real quick. I had a sighting. I was trying to call in before, but I couldn't get through. But I had a sighting.
Okay, go ahead.
When I was very young, we were flying over to Las Vegas for my uncle's wedding, and I think I was probably about 7 or 8. And I looked out the window on the plane, because I was like sitting on the window seat, because I always like looking at the plane. And I have the reverse. Inside seat makes me airsick. Outside seat, I'm good. But I saw those 3 lights, triangle in the sky, like a lot of people have seen, And of course, it's over Nevada. By the time we're about to land, I see it over Nevada. So where could it have come from, I wonder? 5-1 maybe. Anyway, and it freaked me out, but I've always been a person that's like, I know what I saw. I can see what that is. I don't know what it is or who's in it or what's in it, but okay, I'm good.
I know.
I've actually seen that twice.
No, I understand. And, when you see stuff like that, it's like a lot of people don't forget, and that changes your outlook on things. And now, have you looked at the sky ever since?
Oh, man, I looked at the sky before then. I love planets. I love stars, galaxies. I played Mass Effect simply because it was a space game. It's always been something that I've liked, but sadly, because of things in my life that have changed and eye-opening stuff, I no longer look at the night sky the same way.
Well, yeah, no, and I'm the same way. I was a kid too when I saw my first sighting, and it pretty much changed me for life as far as looking up.
Yeah, but I wanted to plug a channel.
All right, what is it?
And I think Dex looks it up. It's called What's Up Next. It's all one word. Space ?
Okay.
It's me and my friend's channel. We are doing a comedy show, calling it a break from reality, not a distraction from reality. And we're doing the thing that comedians should do, pointing out the things going on, but also, kind of making you laugh.
Now, wait. Did you check out Kayvon? Did you check out Kayvon comedy the other night? I suggested it, and I said he basically made a great point.
Look up, yeah. I remember you talking about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, we're gonna love mob. I hope that everybody loved mobs. This was Solomon, another person who started it.
We're so close to 100, as you can see, and we're really trying to get to that 1,000 as fast as possible. So, guys, if you could please help us out. We're just starting off and putting as much effort into it as we can.
Look at this. What's up next? Episode 8, Daddy Day Cage, Isolation, Pound, PSA. So go check them out. What's up next? 98 subscribers. 2 more people can get it to 100. I bet you we're going to refresh and see a couple more. Again, the link will be on our website, marfooglenews.com. Any of the callers, no matter who they are, they will end up having a link on our website. So make sure to go over and check out What's Up Next. It's a little bit delayed, about 20 seconds, so I'm sure that they will be popping over. All right, well, thank you again, Solomon. You have a great night. Be safe, be prepared, and Marf out. All right, that was Solomon. This is the channel there. We'll check at the end of the show and see where Solomon is with him and his buddy. I'm interested. I actually think we need more comedy in the Marfoogle fam. Definitely hit that 100 mark. Love mob is when we send basically a mob over and we all go show love, comment, and say hello and say what's up. All right, let's get back to it. I was actually just going to open up something here. Getting back to the news. Stranded on a deserted island, they lived on coconuts for 33 days, Coast Guard says. 2 men and 2 women were rescued from a deserted island on Tuesday after surviving on coconuts for 33 days. It says the Coast Guard spotted people waving flags on Monday, and it was as on a routine air patrol of the waters around Anguilla Cay in a chain of islands between the Lower Keys and Cuba. So, kind of out there. It says the Coast Guard picked up the case as a rescue mission and returned to drop water. To drop water, food, and a radio to them on Monday. It says a helicopter crew picked them up Tuesday and flew them to the Lower Keys Medical Center. None of them appeared seriously hurt. It says the Coast Guard said that the trio was from Cuba. They told the helicopter crew that their boat capsized in rough waters nearly 5 weeks earlier. It says they were able to swim to the deserted island. Just like Solomon said on that last call, talking about movies in real life, they capsized and all swam to this, an island in the Keys, a deserted island, a literal deserted island, and they ended up surviving for 33 days like Gilligan's Island on coconuts. That's pretty cool. Mind you, I bet you they could have found other stuff on that island. I don't know how big that island is. I almost want to see where they were. In fact, that could be a movie right there. I almost want to see where they are, because I bet you if they had more knowledge, they could have eaten other things. That's another thing that people don't think about. They think that they're going to be able to Google what to eat. If we lose power, we lose everything, and after about 3 or 4 days, there's no food, there's no grocery store to go to. People won't know what to eat. They go, oh, well, I'll do this or I'll do that or I'll have it on computer. You need to have physical books of what to be able to eat. If we lose power and if we lose everything, you need to have a book. Many. You should have multiple of even the same book, redundancy, and have books that show you what kind of plants you can eat, what kind of, tree bark you can eat, what kind of insects, because you may seriously thank yourself for doing that. Because, again, if we don't have any electricity, then you will not have access to your saved files or any of this other stuff. I see a lot of people saying, oh, I've got a digital ebook. I'm like, what good would that do to you if you actually needed it in that situation? Dave S., thank you for your generous support. $20 super chat from Dave S. Thank you. Seriously, thank you for supporting independent. It says, been watching for a little over a year. Never typed before. Love watching the show. Quick thing. Bo Jaden is trying to shut down owner-op trucking to save on emissions. I'm an OO, and this will devastate a bunch of us. Dave S., again, we've got Bones is a trucker in our mod squad, and a good friend of mine. There's a lot of people that will, we have a lot of truckers in the Fugel fam. That's why we actually started the trucker line, because drivers are driving all around the country actually seeing what is going on. And it was immediately very useful. All these truckers from all over the place were seeing just the craziest things. You guys are constantly traveling, and hence you will see more than the average person because you're out there. What I see is, again, they are saying that they are seeing, town after town just destroyed by this. I mean, there's just, company after company. And as far as truck drivers, it's getting harder and harder. And that is another career that I said will be replaced by AI and self-driving cars, which is absolutely horrendous. Truck driving is one of the few jobs that can still not only, pay the bills, but it can be a career where you buy a house and you have that kind of American dream. It's all going down the crapper. That's my opinion. I don't know about you guys. By the way, Lou Rock, thank you. That's really appreciated, man. From creator to creator, I appreciate you. If you guys haven't checked out Late Night with Lou Rock, he's an awesome guy. I've watched his show many times while lurking on DLive. Thanks for popping over. I really appreciate that. It says, welcome to the Twilight Zone. That's right. Then Lou Rock says, Marf for President 2024. I have actually, not for president, but just this whole last year has made me want to get into some sort of local stuff. But I don't know if I'll be here. I want to go to Texas. Just because they have their own grid, they have their own power, they've got their own gold, they've got their own setup. I really think that Texas is kind of like the new NZ. Gone Girl 777, what is going on? It says Dex for vice president. Yes. Lou Rock says, you rock, Marv. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Seriously. Dip chats in DC. I love that. Who was that? That was Gone Girl. Bling Grammy says, thank you, Adam and Dex. Helping mods. Did you catch the 2 Super Bowl ads played? Says Charissa. Why is this going so crazy? Oh, I think it was much behind. So there was a few people that I missed. Help mods, YouTube running amok. Help. Thank you, Gone Girl. I appreciate that. Thanks for passing on that message. Seriously. Awake 2. Thank you for the Ninja Genie. It just like keeps going back and forth. And then Gone Girl says, yes, local edibles. Know what you can eat. It's the simplest thing, but none of us, think about that when it's not time. Don't be reactive. Be proactive about this kind of stuff. Yes, buy edible plants, shroom, bushcraft books. Kimberly Clemens says, that's exactly right. Trust me, you'll thank me some other day. It's not a stupid suggestion. Have books. I've said it for 3 years. You guys need to have books and watch. You'll have one, you'll get one, and again, you can get secondhand at a secondhand store for $1. You don't have to go to Barnes & Noble and pay $25 for a hardback or something. Go get multiple copies from a secondhand store. That's what I did. I spent $7 and got like 25-cent day at the bookstore. I found at least 7 books on what to eat. You can do everything cheap. Again, watch some people like Alaska Prepper. They're great at payday preps and things like that, and you help a small creator. Thank you, Marf from Virginia. Shadow love the shows. Voss Shadow, thank you so much. Moody Mama, I appreciate the lemon. Thank you, and the ice cream. Carissa, thank you. Texas Ann Dixie Doe Psycher is here tonight. Geisy, I appreciate you. Try to get Ben Davidson. He knows about your Strange Deb song. Ben Davidson. I will have to look. I don't know if that was a typo there. Again, you're welcome here in Texas. Marf says Gone Girl. I forget you're in Texas. I want to come to Texas really bad. I've told we had family holding us back, and we told our family we just want to move. I can't live in Seattle anymore. It's just there's too many. I just can't stand it. I had to take a break from Twitter because the headlines that I see just repeated and regurgitated are just so frustrating. And to see the first comments like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, people are blind. People are so susceptible to repetition. And it's just, even my own family members. I'm having problems with my siblings. They don't watch the show, so I can say it, but I love my siblings more than anybody in the world, and some of them are falling into that Facebook scroll pattern where they are just loving it. Don't get it, and I don't care if they disagree. There's people here that are like my extended family that don't see eye to eye. You guys know who you are. I appreciate that you've still watched, even though you disagree with a lot. Cannabis stock soars as Reddit crowd that spiked GameStop jumps in. Tilray surges 25%. Shares of handful of cannabis stocks are surging on Wednesday. The newest set of targets from the Reddit trading community betting on the federal legalization of the plant under the new Democratic administration. It says shares of Tilray are about up 25% on Wednesday, bringing the stock's year-to-date gain more than 530%. It says Canopy Growth is up 4%, adding to its 100% rally in 2021. Euphoria is also popping up 10% on Wednesday, adding 275% gain this year. Aurora Cannabis is up 11%, bringing its year-to-date gain to more than 100%. So that's another thing. If you did invest in this, the pot soaring, it's all going to be legalized across the country now. That's a huge deal. Think about the people that are jumping on that early. Pretty crazy stuff. I would highly suggest you look at it, though. Gypsy Mom, One Brad A, World News. Thank you, Geisy, and Tall Drink of Water. So nice to see you here again. All right, we have something kind of funny here. Let's get our next caller on, and then I wanted to show you this. Dex, if we want to get our next caller on.
Yep, we'll get Stony Stone on.
Oh, what's up, Stony Stone?
And again, we've got a great video, but we can't show it or talk about it. So we're gonna make sure we put this on the website.
Hold on. Yeah, I know what you mean. Stony Stone.
Hey, what's going on, Marfoogle fam? What's going on, Marv? Dex, thanks for having me.
Hey, so I'm gonna load the video, but I'm, obviously we can't.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you already know.
Me and Dex kind of talked about it. I said, no trouble.
Something you're awesome.
I've just been working on and put it to work, and this is the outcome of it. It's pretty crazy to hear it. It's about 2 minutes and 40-something seconds long. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting. I just wanted to say thank you for the shout out and just, being who you are, man. I've been with you guys since the beginning, since you had a little over 200 subscribers, I think. And you guys are just awesome. You're like kid brothers to me over here. We're internet brothers. How's that?
Hey, no, that works. And I've sat and watched your show, especially on DLive. When I lurk on DLive, I pop into a lot of people's shows. I pop into yours. I pop into
I thank you for that. Yeah.
The other live call-ins. But yeah.
The actual link is on my YouTube channel. My DLive, it's such a small clip that it won't let us upload it. You know what I'm saying? And to run it for like 3 minutes or 5 minutes even wouldn't even be worth it. So I upload to my new YouTube channel because they've taken my other channels down. So it's Stony Stone. You can't make this shite, SHYT. Up News 2.0, and I got a 3.0. So
well, and you used to be a lot bigger too, and they have done it multiple times, right?
Sure, yeah, they've taken me down a lot. I think you were with me on some of my bigger channels, was you?
Yeah,
watching some of my videos on my bigger channels, right?
Yeah, what was the biggest? I'm trying. I don't want to say
976,000 plus.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I've had it 4 times. I fought, got it back. They took it, fought, got it back. Then I had to get my attorneys involved in it, and it was just a big old mess. And then they took me off on my birthday, the 22nd of October of 2020, during that the presidential debate. And then I got it going again from like January because I just had to take a break. And then January to about March, almost right before.
So do you understand why
March,
we do?
They stole it again. So I've been working on my backups for a little while here, and I've got that back up to like 3,000.
So Stoney,
in just a few weeks.
You understand? You had almost 1 million subscribers. You understand why we do what we do?
Yeah, they look for you when you're gone. People that get disconnected from you look for you. They go searching for you when you have that many followers because they're like, we know we can trust his word. I'm not saying I'm dead right every time, just like you're not dead right or anybody's dead right every time. But, you know, we put it out to the best of our ability. And if I don't know, I'm going to say, I'm going to question it. I'm going to put question marks. What do you think? Because I'm not sure. But usually I drop proof when I drop my stuff. You know what I'm saying? I drop links and do your own research. And when you come to your conclusion, come back and tell me if I could be onto it or not, you know?
Yeah, no, I've that's why I pop into your show. There's about 5 or 6 people I pop into, and I do appreciate all of you guys that put on a consistent thing.
You didn't forget about us little guys back here. I mean, we're little bitty fries, and the Marfoogles are just all the way up there, man, and we're proud of you, and just keep pushing.
Oh, well, thank you, Stony.
And we're going to keep pushing for you guys. You guys, you know what? Somebody got to stay alive, and you're doing it the right way. I see the little keywords you use that make it to where they kind of can't do what they do.
Well, you know, a lot of people use our system. They actually use our website as a guide, and they have been successful. NPC show, up 80,000 subscribers. Magic Prepper, a lot of those guys kind of took keys from us, how we did it, and even added disclaimers and things like that because of us. And I hope we're helping more creators. And then again, I hope you guys as well just return the favor whenever you can. Throw us a bone and shout us out. I know you do.
Every time I see you on, I host you, even if I ain't got time to watch it. So.
I know you do, and I do appreciate it. I remember that stuff.
You got it.
And I never forget people that have helped me.
I'm hosting you right now, actually. Believe it or not, right this second, I'm hosting you.
That is awesome. Hey, Stone guys.
It's what it's all about, bro. We all got to stick together, and if we don't stick together, we all we got. You know what I mean? And to get it out, it ain't about if you drop it or I drop it or Billy Bob drops it or Susie Ann drops it. It's about the proof, the facts, and the truth. That's what it's about. Get it out in the air and let the world decide for themselves. We should have that option if we want to consume it or not. Just
absolutely.
The way it is. It's all to your own self.
So Stony Stone,
I appreciate you guys.
We're gonna make sure to put all of your links on the website. When you guys go to our website, marfooglenews.com, you've probably been there many times. At the very bottom, you will see that it has caller info, and it's going to be updated momentarily. It should be there by the time you can go there and you can find
something. If you find something that I dropped, not to cut you off, but if you do, before I forget this, if you find something on my channel, use it. And if you just want to clip it, that's fine. Just take the clip. I have no problem with it. It's about the information.
Well, thank you. And I believe it's been about 3 years since I used a clip of yours, but I actually did one time. I do remember that. Well, thank you. Hey, Stony Stone, you have a great night and be safe. Be prepared.
You too.
All right. Have a good night.
You guys have a great night, too. We love you guys. Keep up the good work, and we'll see everybody on the internet.
All right. Thank you. Just a reminder, it doesn't matter who you are, if you've helped me in the last year or the year before, or people like Amy R., or, Tony, or any of the people that have helped way back in the day, I don't forget. Alien Investigations was 2.5 thousand subscribers, helped me when I was like 300 or 400 subscribers. Just because I have surpassed doesn't mean I forget. And he was doing like one video every 2 months because it was really professional. I always think about Ronnie over at Alien Investigations. I believe they've grown a little bit there, and they should be growing way bigger because they do a professional job. They almost look like one of those documentaries on, A&E. But make sure to go check out those people. There's even people that, don't get along with anymore, and I still remember and appreciate them. And I wish they were still around, to be honest. But check out Stony Stone. Check out all the people that we've love mobbed a lot of channels over the years, and I just hope that you guys understand that those are. It's really important that we help everybody else, and help each other and push each other up. Let's see here. Speaking of, let's see, your Solomon's channel. Well, got him to 140 so far. We're going to check one more time during the shoutro. You guys aren't as good at love mobbing as you used to be. See, what's up next? Love mobbing is where we all go over. One of these days, I'm just going to randomly, just going to be like, oh, comment on this video and then do something special. You'll see. All right, let's see here. But I'm going to save it for my favorite. Greens. That's wrong thing. Okay, Dex, let's get... I'm actually going to play the Twitter video here. All right, so Dex wants my reaction from this because I have not seen it yet.
And before you press play, let me just set it up, okay? This is a trial and a judge and lawyers. Now press play.
Okay, this is a judge, trial, and lawyers. And I'm assuming it's online because of CV. It says, I'm here live. I'm not a cat. Okay, let's see here.
Japontan, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to take
we're trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
No laughing.
I can see that. Japontan, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to
we're trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I'm just so. Oh my gosh. Oh. I love the eyes. The eyeballs.
I can see that. Japontan, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to
we're trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I can see that.
Okay, I'm done.
Japontan, I believe you have a filter
I just love this part.
turned on in the video settings.
The eyes.
You might want to
we're trying to.
Okay. I got it. I'm done.
I can hear you. I think
I'm
it's
crying.
A filter
It is, and
I can't stop
know
it.
how to remove it. I've got my.
Okay. Oh man, Dex knew I had a bad day. Yeah, that was the good. It was the eyeballs looking down, like you can tell because how Zoom works. It does see kind of little things, and it's getting better at like tracking. But
yeah, so don't leave.
Oh my gosh!
Don't let your kids play with Zoom, or if they do, at least know how to undo whatever it is that they were doing.
But oh my god! And then the funnier part is like, and this old guy's like falling asleep. Sleepy judge here. Just like they're not at all amused. It's just the driest people in the world.
I think the guy in the top is like the opposing attorney. He's sort of like chuckling under his breath, right? I think the judge is the one telling him what to do.
Wait. Oh my gosh! I love the eyes. I gotta zoom in. Way
and the cat mouth moving. I mean, come on.
And then the guy up top.
We're trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
Right there.
I can see that. Japontan, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings.
Okay. I gotta get
You
rid of
might
this.
want.
Okay, next caller. But first, if you have not already checked out our sponsor, E-Deck bags, these bags work to hide your the eyes. You put your device in it and it blocks it from giving out your location. Now they're tracking you. They're tracking you everywhere you go, whether you like it or not. And I don't believe that when you turn off the stupid default thing that you are truly not getting tracked. In fact, something happens near you, they can bring you into court and say, hey, we tracked you by our towers and said you were at 7-Eleven at the same time as this guy who did this, and now you're a suspect. I don't like it. I don't like geo fence or geo warrants, which are now happening. So make sure to check these out. This is the same brand and the same brand that actually works with 3-letter agencies. They actually sell these as evidence bags. So they are extremely, extremely high quality. Once you put your laptop or your phone, they have different size bags for different things, including your key fobs, because now people can actually hack into your phone, hack into your laptop all remotely. Once it's in there, it's off-grid, and that's why they call this one the off-grid bag. There's also the tried-and-true utility bag, which actually has a window, so you can use and touch all of your stuff and actually, use your phone still and use your tablet while it's still in the bag. It helps our channel. That's the biggest part. A small commission of this on top of your discount goes towards us helping and building this channel. We're trying to build a platform right now that we're paying out of pocket for, so any support is appreciated. Which, speaking of which, Denise Martinez, thank you, and thank you. Just did a $50 support. Thank you so much. Again, can't say thank you enough on that. You didn't even write a message, so thank you. If that was a mistake in any way, or if that was supposed to be 5, make sure to try to do whatever you can, and you can actually get that back if you need to. B-Turn, I appreciate you as well. Thank you for your support. Again, you guys, thank you for supporting us. Dex and I are trying to build something, and it's not easy when everything in the world takes money. So support us this way or any of the other ways. Let's get our next caller on. It looks like we have Little Sister, first-time caller from Missouri, and talking about military trains.
Hi.
Hey,
how you doing?
Little Sister, how are you? It's nice to meet
doing
you.
Well, thank you.
So what's going on?
Well, I live in a small town just south of Kansas City, and the railroad track that goes through runs north and south. If you're going south, it's usually a coal train, and coming north, it's usually boxcars, different products going north. On a particular day, I was standing at my sink doing dishes, and the train was coming by, and I noticed it was so odd. It was a different colored engine. It was like sand colored, desert sand color, because the entire train was military. The entire train. These trains run average about, 150 cars. They're pretty long. And they go to an intermodal, which is a defunct Air Force base in Belton, Missouri, called Richards Gabar Air Force Base. And they've, like I said, it's defunct. They still have an office there that's kind of a community relations office for the Air Force or for the military. And interestingly enough, this Air Force base closed down back in the 80s. And they were talking back then, whenever the AIDS epidemic first hit, they were talking about turning this Air Force base, since they were closing it down during this time, into, are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready.
AIDS colony.
Say that one more time.
An AIDS colony is what it was originally intended for, before they decided to turn it into an intermodal.
So are you saying
that idea?
Are you saying before they knew much about it, they were thinking about putting everybody with it in this colony thing, like leprosy?
Yes, they sure were. They sure were. It was the craziest thing.
That is crazy. By the way, what is on screen is breaking news in D.C. Just quietly there. So you're in Missouri. You're seeing military stuff, and again, never heard of that. Keep going.
So the military train. This train was one of the longest trains that can legally go through, and they run about 175 cars. Every single car, there was flatbeds, and then there were closed cars also. The flatbeds had Humvees. They had all sorts of military vehicles. There were first aid, the Red Cross vehicles. There was everything that I think you would need to set up a battalion. I'm not kidding. Everything was on this train. And there were tanks on this train. I got pictures of them, but I was too far away to get good, clear pictures, and there's kind of trees in the way. So you could see the tanks on the train, and they were all the Desert Sand colors. Even when Desert Storm was going on, I've never seen a military train go through here. So I thought that was very curious. And then probably about 6 weeks ago, probably 8 weeks ago, I was going up 71 Highway, which is also 49 Highway, going north and south through Kansas City. And I noticed that there was a lot of military traffic moving north at that time, and it was a convoy. This convoy started, well, I first noticed it, I think that it went for 10 miles, and I started counting 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. They were 6 seconds behind each other, followed 6 seconds. Exactly, every single vehicle. So there's a lot of military movement going on in this part of the country that is unusual. A lot of helicopters like Hueys, they're flying in formations of 7 and 5. I sit kind of in a flight pattern between Fort Leonard Wood and what's in Missouri? What's out there in Missouri? Gosh darn it. Whiteman Air Force Base. And so there was a formation of 7 went over about 2 weeks ago, and then just south of me, my niece lives in a town called Harrisonville. She counted 5 that was moving from west to east. A formation of 5 Hueys that were west to east. So
basically, you've lived there for a long time. You know what the normal stuff is. You know what the normal military stuff is. You know what the normal trains are like, and this isn't normal. That
is not normal.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling people. If people open their eyes, that's why you get a way better picture if you are getting information from all around the country, because they could tell you, oh, this is completely normal, it's a one-time thing. But then the next state over says the same thing. All of a sudden, you got 14 states saying, "Hey, we are seeing unusual patterns," and then they all coordinate and say, "Oh, well, the same thing was told. Oh, this is just for a one-time thing here, one time there." When you really find out that our entire country is moving troops around. Just saying.
Yes, that's exactly right. I have friends. I have a podcast also, and I've been for about 3 years, and so I have a lot of people all over the country, and we talk personally about movement, and it is everywhere, and it's in unusual places that normally they don't see these people. This type of military movement.
Well, thank you so much for giving us a head up. Little sister, it's your first time call, and you know what I always say, don't make it your last. Don't be a stranger, and call in again.
Thank you very much.
And by the way,
you guys do a great job.
Even if they're not the best pictures, send them in to us, or make a slideshow out of it, and then go to Play My Video and submit them for one of our unidentified show, and we'll play it. Thank you, little sister.
Absolutely.
And God bless you.
All right, thank you.
God bless you. Bye. This was breaking right now. Update 1300 of Block Vermont Avenue Northwest. Manhole explosion took place with no injuries but damaged parked vehicle. Dex, what do you think of that? This is in D.C., so people are going, whoa.
Yeah, so originally this is being reported, I believe, from the official or the authority. But what some of the other people like Candace, I won't say her last name, I'm sure you know exactly who I'm talking about when I say that. She was near there, either across the street or right down the street from when this happened. And apparently it started off with the fire department was looking for a CO leak or some sort of gas leak. But then now it's turned maybe into a power thing. We've seen these before in other cities where these underground power substations have blown or transformers have blown, and they've caused manhole covers to go up or other types of things to happen. So we'll have to keep our eye on it because it's sort of developing right now.
We are so in America now, where Come and Take It, the second comment says, we know you meant to call it a person hole cover. That's the PC. You can't say man cover anymore. You have to say person hole cover. This is, check this out. Somebody says, okay, so this was, okay, I get what you, and I thought that's who I thought you meant. Candace O. Wow. Okay, so somebody just posted this. Exploding manholes, I don't know why they didn't put cover after that, are primarily a winter phenomenon. On average, firefighters responded to around 3 manhole explosions per day during the months of January. Are you sure that you're not talking about pressure and just one going off from water or from flooding or something? Like, because I've seen manholes go pop and like the pressure. This looks like it was an actual explosion, but whatever. I don't know yet. We'll see. You'd never jump on these kind of things until you have all the information. Cat Call says, "Con Girl 777." That is totally a man cat calling, isn't it? Perverts, pigs. El Luna 3377. Thank you, and thank you. Just dropped a Ninja Genie in D Live. Thank you so much for that. Gone Girl, we love our Marfoogle news. Tower Bear says Texas is the shiznits. Come on down, fam. We would love to have you. I'm serious. Another thing that stopped, it's expensive to go. If anybody has a private plane, like a little Cessna that can fly us to Texas in Seattle, that would be awesome. Vashadow, thank you, Marf. And let's see here. Aluna 3377, thank you so much. Really, anybody, if there's a Foogle fam with a plane, let me know. That would be really freaking awesome if we had somebody we knew that actually had a plane. Would love to coordinate on escape plans, too. Lad26, thank you so much for the diamond. And Hexagonal Peach, thank you for staying the whole show, and thanks for your support. Birdbanger says, sorry, Adam, I don't want to see any manhole blow. Oh, those jokes are going to be in the comments down below. I hope you comment down below. I don't hope you make those comments into a joke. Dex, there's lots of extra content on the website. Is that correct?
Absolutely, Adam. We've got including some things said by state politicians and things that they have claimed that may strike your interest when you hear it coming from them. So definitely go check that out and check out all the other things that we put together there on the site. They
may dingle your dancies or something to that measure. Now, talking about Senate majority leaders saying things about things.
State Senate, not U.S. Senate.
Again, saying things that you would be like, what? So make sure to go check that out. If you don't know about that, make sure to go check out our website, marfooglenews.com. You can get a ton of extra news. We have basically, compiled everything that you should know. Instead of having to scour the internet and go to 5 different sites, we've already done that. In fact, we go to all different sites to try to collect all of the news. So make sure to go over there. Dex does a great job putting it all on the website and getting it to where it's all accessible and right there. Thank your mods while you're here. I know that they had a rough time with over 3,000 people in chat. I don't know how many ended up on DLive, but I know that there was most likely over 2,000 at one point. That's 5,000 people in chat. So that's a blessing and a half to have the reach that we do. Thank you guys so much. Dex, another thing I wanted to say is I am a man and I am not a cat.
Dude, that video, I can't stop laughing from that. That's so funny. We should play that like every day.
We should play it on the way out. No, I'm just kidding. Have a good night. Be safe. Be prepared. And Marf out. It is now time for a shoutro. It's not an outro. It's not a shout out. It's a shoutro. It is where we say thank you to the people that matter most. Like Gene Myers, thank you. And Gone Girl 777. And all of the other special folks like Veteran Steve. As our names turned into numbers, I watched as our world burned down to embers. I watched as our names turned into numbers. I watched on the funky go back around. Everybody really want to dough down. Hey now with the Michael Ray and the Martin Benjamin, and they say do it every single day. Walk back with the Gene Mayer May. As our world burnt down to embers. By the way, holy moly, Mrs. Cromboli, 4 Zombie 8, thank you so much for your support, but more so Laura 6. Wow, oh wow. Thank you, and thank you, Denise Martinez. Thank you for both supporting massively the show tonight. Appreciate that. Along with Gone Girl 777, Tower Bear, and our whole crew over there, we thank you. Thank you for supporting creators. You know that we pass it on every single day. So thank you, and more thank you. With the Martin on the Benjamin, on the haunted doll and the getting hit. We debate now with the Laura 6. I'm at a hit right back and they got this big. What now? With the B turn and done these Martin and says it burns. Woo, now gotta bring it down. speed it up and say, Laura 6 and done nice. Wanna bring that down and right. Wanna back it down and fight. Never gonna back down. Never gonna back down right. With the Joe Adam and the Mr. Like that fight and the Psycho Dex, yeah. With the Bobby Crazy and the Mama of Dre. Bring a Randy Ray. Hey now, show me 7572. RJX and everybody loves you. Hey now, that can be all. Purple roses, no wine. Shastina and every fine. Rock for life and taste on. Gotta bring it down and low. Got that Weeble son. Got the under all power. I got to bring it down. Hey now, darling, on the song. Yo, right now, gonna bring it back on back now. Gonna bring it back now. Gonna do it down, 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 down. Looking out for the big bad plan. 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 Hey now, bring it on now. Go back now. All my friends wanna see down the way. With the space latum and the hexagonal peach, David Wilson and the Laura Griffith and the Asteroid actually happened. I left Jesus forever and have happened. Mishappened to be the nappy soldier. Going right back as it's getting colder. Hey now. With the Arme Hill and the sweet dreams, going right back now like the sweet rims. Shastina and Pickle and Tammy DeWitt, getting down Marf with the truth, the tip. I'm bring now. With the David Wilson, I didn't buy that. With the by the sea and the rip curl. Got the island by the sea now. Got the Kim Madonna on the down now. Gotta go back now and the unload. With the unloading on the wheel now. Gotta bring knots on Stormy. 7572 on the bring now. Gotta do it just like you know we do now. Corona, gotta go back now, Mona. Root on the TV, being on the donor. Looking out for the big bad man. Looking out for the big bad plan. Looking out for the big bad man. Looking out for the big bad plan. Looking out for the big bad man. Looking out for the big bad plan. Looking out for the big bad man. Looking out for the big bad plan. Looking out for the big bad man. Hey, hey, hey. Gun girl, we the number one thing now. Bring now, gotta do it on back now. Bring now, gotta love, love, love. Ain't no feel it boo, and they do what I do now. Gun girl, gotta go in the only world. 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 Lisa K23 Johnson Lunar 3377 Tower Bear Una Buna. Gonna bring back now the puta. Bring round good na the kuta. Hey nah. Do it every like die. He gotta bring it high, ha! Like a ninja, bring it on the Sinjagini. Bring a little sister and a meanie. Oh, now he picks on me, hee ha. Sasquatch on the northwest beast, hi. Gone girl. Gone girl, gotta go in the only world. Gone girl, gotta go in the only